The Eagles just showed the world why Saquon Barkley is not only the Eagles' greatest weapon, but the clear NFL MVP after his 300-yard performance versus the Rams. But is it all for naught with BG now officially done for the season? Plus hear why DeJean and Q had a great night despite the stats, and what caused Rams defensive end Jared Verse to be in utter disbelief. I'm Thomas Mott. This is The Thomas Mott Show. Well, in a night where everything went right, the Birds dropped not only 37 points behind Saquon Barkley's historic performance, but also gained more ground in the NFC East after completely dominating the Rams' passing attack. The problem is this morning, the Birds' win kind of feels like a loss, as shortly after the game, Brandon Graham confirmed he tore his tricep and is officially out for the remainder of the season.
I tore my tricep. Oh, really? Yeah, I got chipped. Got hit in my elbow. Tore my tricep, but man. Hey, I told the boys, man, we got the mission. The mission's still the mission. You know, we pour everything we can into this game. You know, if I say I trust God, I trust God. So, man, I'm just enjoying myself. I'm about to enjoy this little rehab, and then I'm about to enjoy leading this team, you know, the rest of the year. As soon as I can be back out there, I'm going to be out there. But, man, man, we was having fun out there. And we still gonna have fun, but yeah, I'm definitely as a player, I'm out for the year.
Let's do this. Before going any further, I'm going to give away a Brandon Graham jersey to one subscriber who drops a like and comments BG down below. Prayers up for BG. Just drop a comment down below. One of you guys is going to get the Legends number 55 jersey. Now, honestly, there are really only two sides to BG going down. Like, first, there's the emotional side. Brandon Graham right now is third all-time in sacks on this team, and is arguably one of the most important Eagles, maybe of my lifetime. He's a great player, a family man, incredibly nice when I've had the chance to meet him in person, and most importantly, the unquestioned leader of the 2024 Eagles. You can tell post-game just how major of a blow this was for the guys in the locker room.
It just doesn't feel the same when he's not on the field with you. He's not, going out there. It's just a little, it's sad and it's unfortunate. It's just the way he's going out. We don't want him to be here when we go on this run. But, we just got to make sure that we do it for him. And, we're going to do it for him.
So unfortunate, very unfortunate for the man first and the teammate second. A guy that has endeared himself to this franchise, has always tried to uplift those and really just teach the younger guys that are coming in. You got to think with a guy as deep as he is in his tenure, it's bigger than the game and why he's still playing.
When BG tore his Achilles, he was in the same mood. I promised he was going to come back and be better than what he was, and he did. But for me, I'm devastated for him because he's probably one of the best leaders I've been around. Just not only how he plays, but how he mentors the young guys, screams perseverance and resiliency, just with everything he's overcome. So, especially the year he's having. People thought a farewell tour was just us tipping our hats on him, but hey. Guy can play football, and he can play it at a very high level. So
that's the emotional side. The other side is the actual production loss that Philadelphia now has to deal with. BG didn't just dominate against the Rams. He's been one of the best defensive linemen all season long for Philadelphia. He's third in the team in sacks, has had multiple huge stops in big games, and has never really looked like a 36-year-old defensive end on his last leg just trying to ride off into the sunset. I think he could easily play another season despite it being way too early, but BG non-committal on that last night.
Man, just trying to process everything right now. I ain't got that far, but you know what? I'm gonna keep my spirits up, keep enjoying it, man, because we got a special team right now, and it's time for some people to step on up, But I'm happy just where we at. I'm happy as a team, and if anything, if I was gonna go out, happy with the way, I played today. And, I couldn't ask for nothing else, man. With this team that we got, we just got to stay focused. And I'm going to make sure that as far as, me as a leader, I'm going to make sure my presence felt as far as that part.
Still, you have to move on. You have to find a way to replace BG. And after just a couple of hours of sleep last night, I think there are some options that Howie Roseman could look at. First, obviously, Nolan Smith. Got to step up. He's getting a lot of reps the past couple of weeks. They're only going to go even higher. He has got to be a major replacement and a key factor on the defensive line. Also, Jalen Hunt, he's got to play a lot more. Only played 38% of snaps on defense last night. I think you're going to see his 15 snaps against the Rams turn into 35 very quickly. Philly will also likely sign Teron Jackson from their practice squad to the active roster. He'll take BG's actual roster spot. Not necessarily a crazy good signing, but a defensive end to add depth nonetheless. Howie will also look outside Philadelphia for help, and shout out to Anthony DeBona for helping me put together this list of targets that includes Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaq Lawson, Bruce Irvin, and Takk McKinley. A lot of notable names from yesteryear. I'll break this down more in depth tomorrow, subscribe for that, but safe to say there are options on the free agent market and on other teams' practice squads. They're just not anything crazy good. Honestly, there's no replacing Brandon Graham. He's been the emotional leader, the really locker room captain, everything you wanted him to be in his final season in Philadelphia, and going out this way is just absolutely terrible. The crazy part is, though, is that this injury is very similar to 2017. Philadelphia lost star tackle Jason Peters in the middle of the season, which kind of became a rallying cry for the team, and then lost Carson Wentz in LA during an away game versus the Rams. Definitely a similarity I don't really want to duplicate, but hey, here we are, and if it ends with a Super Bowl, I guess we'll all take it. Now, as far as the actual game last night, let's just say I would not want to wake up this morning as Giants GM Joe Schoen in the slightest.
The right thing to do is let you test the market and see what your value is.
Saquon Barkley wasn't just good. He wasn't just great. He was record-setting last night as he broke the Eagles' single-game rushing record, originally set by LaShawn McCoy, with 255 yards on the ground and over 300 yards from scrimmage.
How blessed he is to do some of the things he's capable of, and you accompany that. You know, when you accompany an issue with other issues, you become a problem, you know, and then I think we've got a lot of talent on our team, but I think we're a force when we're all together.
I think everybody's known what type of player he is. You know, he's had some ups and downs in his career, but I think, you know, now he's having a real year where people can really see what type of talent, you know, that he carries. And, you know, a guy that size that can do that, it's fun blocking for him, I'll tell you that.
Every game he's surprising me. Like, he get a little bit of space, he's gone. So I mean, just everything he does just surprising me. I'm a fan out there, so like I'm just out there in awe whenever he does something.
Do you think he should be in contention for the MVP?
I mean, it would feel nice for us to, you know, have an MVP running back, but you know, we can't make that decision. We just sit there and play ball, so I don't really want to dive deep into that. So.
Oh, and his 213 rushing yards before contact last night was the most by any player in the NFL since 2009. Credit the O-line for blocking up front. Saquon plus this front five, oh my gosh, it might be the best rushing attack we've seen maybe in decades.
And I think it started with us up front, being able to get some pressure on the quarterback. That's always where it's going to start, up front. You know, where everyone's going to look at today and see Saquon's 255 yards. But that offensive line is where it started, right? And it's the same thing on the defense. It starts on that defensive line.
Right now, there's really only one question left. Will Saquon Barkley win the NFL MVP? As it currently stands this morning, I checked, he has the third best odds, still behind Josh Allen and I guess Lamar Jackson. But let's be honest, if this type of performance continues, not 300 yards, but what he's done the past couple of weeks, he's definitely, at least I think, should be the unanimous MVP and a clear runaway favorite.
MVP, I know we got a lot of great players on this team, but he's up there for most valuable on our team. He makes special plays nonstop, makes everybody's job easier. You know, I don't get a vote, but if I was voting, I'd vote for him.
Now, pair all of that with the fact that Saquon Barkley postgame was incredibly humble and gave all the credit to the offensive line, gave credit to the play calling, and he clearly just cares about winning despite the stats.
We do a really good job in halftime of adjusting. You know, there's some runs early in the game that felt like it was there, and you know, I got tripped up, but our O-line is super smart and super versatile, and when you have that, you know, they can block any schema. And you can see that defenses are doing a lot of things different to make sure that, you know, our run game don't get going, but they put themselves at risk also. So just kept trusting the system and got opportunities to make some big runs today.
Now, as far as the rest of the game went, I don't even know where to start, right? Philadelphia's defense, once again, early, couple of drives, gave up some yards, nice plays here by the Rams, but then the fumble right here by Isaiah Rodgers, perfect punch out, perfect hit, and a recovery by the Birds. After the Rams went down and scored that first touchdown following the second drive here, Kyron Williams, nice play, Philadelphia would force 4 straight 3-and-outs to end the first half and held this Rams offense to just 92 rushing yards and 5 sacks of Matthew Stafford. Personally, they really only gave up 7 points in my book because this right here was not pass interference on Isaiah Rodgers, and the garbage time Cooper Kupp scored doesn't really count either. Honestly, the stats for Puka and Kupp, they were pretty decent, but I think the Birds secondary won yet again last night. Q was hardly targeted yet again, and DeJean made Cooper Kupp's life in the slot hell all night long. They basically didn't give up a big play. All we heard this week was, yeah, your secondary's good, but you haven't really played anybody. Just wait until you see Cooper Kupp and Quinyon Mitchell. Well, what are you going to say about it now? Now flip over to the offense, and this was their most complete game maybe all season long, especially early, like just moving the ball up and down the field on their first 3 drives. Still, red zone struggles, that continues to be kind of the one red flag, but 37 points, you can't really argue about that. Should have been 50, sure, but credit to the end of the half drive here by Jalen Hurts, executed perfectly yet again. He's done this all year, capped off with the booth-confirmed touchdown catch by A.J. Brown. You can almost forget that A.J. Brown had a quiet 100 yards last night because we were all focused on Saquon Barkley, but A.J. Brown, 8-0 when Philadelphia actually has him in the lineup and has lost the 2 games where he wasn't out there, makes a massive, massive difference, and credit to 11 for picking up the slack with Smitty being out. Still, it is hard to forget about Barkley as he immediately took the opening play of the third quarter, 70 yards for the touchdown. Gosh, he's just unbelievable.
No, he's the different type of player. I've never seen a running back like that. Like I said beforehand, he can go downhill, he can bounce, and he did both of those on us, so we have to be able to better across the board.
Still, the Rams would score on the following drive, and we kind of forget this game was at least kind of close early in the third quarter, but how about these plays from 11, 26, capping off another touchdown drive here. Kenny Gainwell red zone touches to blow this game back wide open. Stafford and Nacua would answer, but then Milton Williams on 3rd and 13 to end the drive, cap it off with a missed field goal by the Rams, and at that point, we were definitely all feeling it. Philly would then march on offense yet again, but as I said earlier, red zone struggles, the only blemish tonight. Not the best here, but still, we'll take it. Then Milton Williams again would all but seal it for the Birds' defense as the Rams had one final chance to make it close and couldn't. Oh, and throw on the exclamation point, Saquon 70 again. Oh my gosh. Completely untouched, by the way. The exclamation point and what could be the MVP level performance I talked about earlier. I know no one wants to say it because you don't want to jinx it, but the 2017 comparisons we mentioned earlier, they're here, man. Dominant wins. The vibes on the sideline are absolutely incredible. It's just nice to hear, though, that this football team is not buying into their own hype, at least not externally. They seem very humble and very focused on the task at hand, which is now Baltimore next week.
Is there a championship vibe in this room right now, though?
I've never been one, so I don't really know what that feels like. I guess that's a blessing in disguise, but we have a great group of guys here, and we have guys that played in the Super Bowl, that won it, BG and Lane, and a couple guys that played in 2022. We're not even worried about that, to be honest. We're not even focused on that. That's so far ahead of us, and you can't get caught in that. You got to get caught. You got to get locked into how consistent can we be, and taking a week at a time.
Yeah, that everyone's going to be telling us how good we are. Everyone's going to be telling us, this is you're one of the better teams. We don't listen to that. All we got to do is put our heads down and work. Just like when people tell you aren't good enough and you got to block it out and put your head down and work. It's the same situation here.
The BG loss is a massive one. We'll break that down more, I think, in depth in terms of replacements we talked about earlier as the week goes on. It's Thanksgiving, but we're still going to work, obviously, here. But we need to take a second and just appreciate what Philadelphia did. This was a really tricky game on the road, fly across the country, Sunday Night Football, the great receivers, really great game plan from Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay, and they dominated. They really did dominate. Couple of bend but don't break moments, couple of iffy red zone plays, but overall, this football team is flying high. They are 7-0 since the bye, and they're scary now. I mean, they are literally, in my opinion, the scariest football team in the National Football League. You put the Lions up there, sure, but Detroit's been a little up and down the past couple of weeks. This Eagles team can go anywhere on any day of the week against anybody, run the football, play great defense, and lock down your best receivers, and that's a winning formula, regardless of if we want to even talk about Super Bowl yet, because we don't want to jinx it and it's too early. We got plenty more stuff happening the next couple of days, including going into Thanksgiving. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. I am going to be announcing a ticket giveaway happening soon. I want to do the BG jersey, though, in honor of BG. Again, prayers up for BG. Comment down below to enter. I'll announce the winner for that later, but we're going to be giving away tickets soon. Hit that subscribe button, approaching 70,000 subs. Cannot thank you guys enough. What a win. I'm Thomas Mott. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.